Andrade. Crazy for your names. Andrade.
Good boys.
Did you bring your friend? Shit, can't pop that.
It's got its own heartbeat.
We've got mops too. That's risky, bro. Buff proof, bleed through. Can we test it? Just whack it straight on? It's always good to have a plan and then we deviate.
Well, look how far we've already deviated.
Went from a boat to a fucking Fezzer. Have the Ferrari in the corner on an angle, so the floor lines go to the corner, center line like that, Ferrari there, couch is in front of it, the coffee table, filling the ink, just sitting there. Or can you not do that?
Before we get Joey like just standing like just in front of the camera, the same spot, and just clicks in like different outfits.
Fuck, it would be beautiful. It's unregistered Ferraris. I spent all my money on buying a Ferrari, so now I can't afford to register. Alright, let's do this, cut that. Juggernaut. I'm still a student, brother.
We're flying better location. Unknown.
And we're gonna fuck it.
Fuck it up the ass.
Maybe not up the arse.
Oh, scene one.
Tell it to me. What do you reckon? Go that way? Yeah. I reckon. Follow that one.
And action. It's looking good, bro. There'll be a lot of cutting in this one, but going very artsy with this piece. A little bit different. Parker's giving me creative freedom for this one, so a new style, you know what I mean? What do you reckon, Packosaurus?
Wouldn't believe, bro. Steaming in here. Man, I couldn't picture this. 50-inch screen, money green leather sofa. Got 2 rides, a limousine with a chauffeur. Oh. Fuck this shit. Fuck this fucking program. Fuck this idea. So where my heart turns cold. Top now. See how he speaks. Throw some pink on it, brother. Pink bits. I was just going to colour it in pink. That was fucking sick, bro. You reckon? Yellow way. Throw a crown there. Crown there. A yellow crown with that. That's hectic. That was fucking sick. Yeah? You know what? I'm going to take it straight to wrap and put PPF over it.
Preserve it.
Yeah. Like a star or something, you know what I mean? I want to roll now, bro. I'm going to keep going.
So when I applied for the job,
When I started, trust me, Daddy.
So this you're opening your mouth?
Shut up!
there's more yellows. There's more yellows.
Oops. Little buff out.
Oh, I didn't mean like. Don't take offence with the right side. Get out, like.
You know what? You hold me while I work. Just hold me up here. Someone just fall into his hands and piss. He thinks I'm paying, bro! Glad to see we love and oh, you see that? Fuck off! No. It's not right. Sacramento, where you at? You was gonna say mine, edit mine. Yeah, no. Maybe just one at the bonnet like this, bro. Get that pink and shit. Fucking success. Thank you all. I'll set him down. This guy. Now he's trying to sound like Thomas.
14 hour day.
12-hour trip, like Del 6 coming your way. Fucking wrecked.
I'm late, Cruisy.
You're not. You always.
I'm never late, brother. Or everyone's just always early. There's nothing to fucking wear here.
What's happening, bro?
Paul Waddy works for us, works with us. I like to say he's an employee. I pay him like one. I pay him more than one. Cost me an arm and a leg, that bloke. So now I'm going to go talk to his other students, teach them some, ones and twos about this industry that I know nothing about. That's the whack.
Crazy, where are we, bro?
Is he safe?
I don't know whose dog it is. Isn't it your mascot?
Yeah, Archimedes.
Welcome. Sit down wherever you want. Sorry. No, all good. Boys, very happy to welcome Jake Parko from G-Dub, and Adam Boris who is Elijah, two brands that I've been lucky enough to work with, who are just really on fire at the moment, and two examples of really how I think brands need to start thinking. And you know what I like about these guys is they're constantly thinking outside the square, thinking outside the box, and challenging the norm. So guys, welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us, mate. Well, there's two starts really. Back in 2010, I would have been 20. Just finished studying graphic design. And we had the idea, I'm not sure, G-Dub was never meant to be a brand. It was, we were a reseller. We were selling dead stock basketball jerseys and snapbacks. And we found out quite quickly that we were selling counterfeit ones. We had a lawsuit with Mitchell & Ness and Adidas. Settled quite quickly. We just had to kind of shut down what we were doing. But I always had a passion for t-shirt graphics. I grew up with writing graffiti. So I had a lot of passion in graphics and stuff like that. And I put it to work. It was a split second decision to turn it into a brand. We had a very small audience already, and I designed a crew neck on a lunch break in my first graphic design job, and I put it up for pre-sale. Went and had lunch, and I sold 11 of them at $90 each. I knew nothing about screen print, knew nothing about fabrics, none of it. It was all self-taught. And the first 11 that we actually shipped out came back to us because the print came off. So that was the start of G-Dub, and it was a rocky road for the first 7 years. So when I was talking about the two start dates, 2010, 2017, I built a very strong brand, and excuse my language, a fucking shit business. 2017, I closed it down. I had my daughter, and I came back late 2019, 2020. But I spent that time really dissecting what worked, what didn't work, you know, things like that. And one of the big things that I found was that our hoodies always sold well. So I thought, all right, well, sweet, that's what we're going to hone in on. And we have. We makes up 75%, 80% of our revenue year in, year out. But really for me, it started 2010, but really when we look at the business, it started in 2019, late 2019. We're a little bit differently. We didn't experience, you know, the tension that you just described in our growth years. We just skyrocketed, and a huge net profit, a massive gross profit. We're experiencing growing pains now. I feel like we are, and some of the issues that you've just previously mentioned are coming to light for us. But in answer to your question, obsessive, yes, very, very obsessive, to the point where, you know, I don't even remember a drive home. Most of my drives home, but I'm starting to learn that, yeah, you know, sometimes it's at my own detriment, having that one path. One thing that took massive wind out of my sails when I opened my first store in Parramatta Westfields, 2014, I would have been 21. I was living out of my office, sleeping on the couch with my dog, and I poured everything into this store. It was an exorbitant amount of rent. It served a great purpose, but what really took the wind out of my sails, and I don't think anything ever has at this magnitude since, was we were kicked out of that lease, not because of unpaid rent or anything like that. The company wasn't renewed, they held the lease, so avoided the lease. And then Westfields took me to court for $250,000 and sued the arse end of me. So I think that was the closest I came to quitting. Even when I shut the business down in 2017, I always knew I was going to come back just with a whole new game plan and frame of mind, and I knew a lot needed to change. But I've never come closer to quitting than I did that day when I was locked out of my store at Parramatta Westfields. That was my lowest point. The 100K breakthrough on revenue, and then it's $500,000. But the first time we touched $1 million, in an hour was so significant to me, not because of the amount of money it put in my pocket, but just what it did to my confidence in business, my decision making. That fire that I have in my gut was just multiplied upon multiplied. I use the word loosely, but it made me feel invincible and not scared to make some mistakes. And I have made a plethora of them along the way since then. But just to add to that, what that did to me allowed me to again make those decisions go even harder, take the bigger risks. And it was we touched $1 million in an hour for the first time. I think it was 5.5 months later we did $3 million within the hour. So it was they're probably the two real standout moments for me. And again, it's not about the money, but it was about how much fuel that added to my fire and how invincible it made me feel in my own space. Time. That $3 million in an hour was built over 3 years. But going back to, sorry guys, the things I was looking at pre-2019, which was how much of the collection I was dropping was actually selling. And we would do the usual autumn winter drop, so like 60 SKUs, load the web store up and let's see how much we can move. We had a few bricks and mortar stores then as well, but we were usually moving 30% of the stock in the first two days. And then you're flogging a dead horse trying to sell the rest of it. So that played a big part in the decision making around when we came back. Okay, well I could sell, I think it was like 20 grand worth of stock on an autumn winter drop. Back then, I'm gonna order 15,000, and that's where I started. And that allowed a portion of people to miss out. And I stuck to that, ruthlessly stuck to that, against my accountant's wishes. Even when Paul started, it was against his wishes, where I said, I'm not chasing the dollar, I'm building a brand, and you'll see what that is. And the analogy I've given that is, it's like a pressure vessel. So when there's enough pressure in that vessel, you get to decide how much money you're going to make on a Friday night. And that's where we're at now, where it's, there's a few levers we pull these days, and it's a little bit different to what it once was 18 months ago, but we were literally deciding. Like I remember our first $8 million year, and I said to TK, what are we going to do next year? He's like, maybe 10. I said, 10, 20. He goes, how are we going to do that? And I said, watch. And that's essentially what it was. It was just, I identified pre-launch 2019 that we're only selling 30% of the stock. So I'm going to underorder. Saves cash. People pissed off they missed out. They're usually staying on the hook. Was it easy in the intro? No, it wasn't, because there was disdain. People were annoyed, but the customer retention was huge, because like anything, if you can't get it, you want more of it. That's the whole supply and demand. That's what it is. If you can't get it, you want more of it. And we just stuck to it. And year on, year out, that's where we found ourselves. I think it was just shy of 3 million in that first hour. Rolex, perfect example. I own a massive amount of Rolexes, and have never been able to buy one off Rolex. So Rolex have got their retail rate, and there's the market value of the Rolex, and the market value is the perceived value, I guess. Out of Rolex, I think it's about 30 grand. I paid 70. So that dealer that sells it at 70 is the reseller, and that has started to make its way into shoes, hoodies, jackets, everything. There's a massive grey market for in-demand product, and that's what a reseller is. We never set out to be the most resold brand in Australia. I don't think there's another homegrown brand in Australia that's resold at the rate we are. But it does happen, and there's pain points, and there's pros and there's cons. The cons are that our consumer that buys off us at $200 a hoodie have just secured themselves a $500 hoodie, because that's what the market says it's worth, which is fucking great. But you've got the consumer that also burrs up at every drop because they're not quick enough, they're not fast enough, and it's our fault that they're not fast enough. No matter how much you can lead them to a quicker checkout and stuff like that, there's people that miss out. So there's pros and cons, but I can say safely that we wouldn't be where we are in this country without the resellers market.
you don't just go after any customer, you go after your customer, but in particular, you don't have a Me Too strategy when it comes to marketing. You have something that's unique to your business, and you also, like I think you said, Paul, before, that you always think outside the box. You're not going to go do what everyone else is doing because that's a flooded market, that's a flooded action. Everyone's doing it, you're just going to get swamped and everyone's going to miss you. So for me, I guess, what were those key moments for both your brands where you said, how do I get to my customer by doing something different and recognizing that different is a risk? And what made you motivated to go do those things? Because you have unique marketing strategies, which I find really interesting. And I just want to get your insight as to say, okay, how do you flick that switch? And what made you go from moving away from common strategies into brand aligned, brand focused, and more individual out of the box thinking?
When everyone zag, and that's not new. Again, to take it back to the whole supply and demand thing, I identified at a very young age that if you want different, you got to do different, and you know it's kind of stuck with me, bro. That you know, it wasn't a pivotal moment where I decided that it's just been with me from a young age. Want different, do different. Right up until I think 6 months ago, we only just started doing email marketing. I hate it. I don't like it, and if I don't like it, I don't think my customer's going to like it. Do not send me an email more than once a week. I'm going to unsubscribe. And much of my consumer, a lot like myself, you know, if I want it, I'm going to buy it. You don't need to remind me 3 times. Don't give me I forgot to check out the cart. No, I fucking didn't forget. I closed the website. Can't pay. Don't email me. So that's just been something that I've had and thought about since I was yay high. There was no pivotal moment where I went, oh, let's do something different. It was just, I've always done different, man. People don't like being told what to buy. I'll break it to you, they don't. Don't tell someone what to buy. Market your brand in a way that is not pleading for a sale. It's not pleading for attention. And that's what we've always kind of leaned into as well, is that, you know, the out of the box visual marketing and things like that. But it's something we've always tried to do, is not plead for a sale. Don't tell your customer what to buy, how to buy it, when to buy it.
How you doing, mate?
Good, bro?
Yeah, very nice to meet you.
Hello, baby. Good?
What's going on? You good?
How you doing, bro?
Nice to meet you in person. Nicky.
Nick.
See in uniform, lad? What's going on?
Nice, come down there.
Harper had her sports carnival. Harper and Kate had their sports carnival this morning. Yeah. And I stopped at the supplement store and got some BCCAs and amino acids. Yeah. 0 caffeine, but the bloke said like it's safe for kids, but just give them half scoops. Yeah. So I gave Harper a half of a 3/4 scoop. Yeah. And a vet just messaged me and said, Harper is wired. She's chewing her face off. Oh well, energy.
As soon as we walked in, I went, fuck, we're just arrogant cunts.
I walked in with the dog and he just like interrupted to say, how are you? Sorry I'm late.
I just felt,
I didn't, I feel bad. I mean, he's been waiting for me, I know.
Like, one of the girls pointed out that you guys all move like a crew, dressed like, talk like. When I turned around to Nicky, I was like,